Escrow fraud is continuing to evolve. We've talked about this for many years, where title companies, buyers, sellers, even real estate agents are dealing with a very significant effort by scammers to steal people's money they use to buy a house. So when there's a property transaction, it's typically hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars of a transaction. That's a very tempting target for scammers. So what they do is they come up with ways to try to divert and steal that money. So the original format of this was they would contact the buyer and they would say, hey, this is your title company. Here's your wire instructions to wire your money for your purchase of the house. And of course, it was the wrong wire instructions. It would go right to the scammer. So there have been increased security and instructions to buyers and all kinds of different techniques to try to prevent that. And title companies, really got involved. And here's an article from just recently, July 10th, a couple days ago, where fraud is changing real estate transactions, meaning that this battle is not over. Title and settlement companies have spent years strengthening defenses against fraud. Efforts are made essential, but according to the threat has evolved. The threat has shifted. There's so much more than technical exploits. Here's the important takeaway. Psychology, manipulation is now at scale. What does that mean? Technical standards remain critical, but criminals increasingly exploit human behavior rather than the technical side. So a lot of training has gone into this, but the hacking is not of the system. The fraudsters hack the brains of the people who are doing this. They are creating convincing identities, conversations, and scenarios. What does that mean for people? It means that the modern fraud is designed to fool careful people. Sometimes that care and that skepticism is weaponized against you. So if you are a title company or any company that has to do with transferring large volumes of money, large amounts of money, be aware that all the safeguards in the world, all the care and all the protection are not going to be effective unless everybody involved has a standard practice that they go by. There are three ways you can deal with this. One is you can get insurance for it. You can get cyber insurance. You can get cyber liability insurance. Make sure the policy covers what you want. Another, and we have information about that at our website, riskcoverage.com. You'll see the link below. There's also a verify escrow process you can use. And it's real simple. eBay invented this many, many years ago. Actually, I guess it was PayPal actually, where before a large amount is sent, you send a small test transaction. You verify with the recipient that they received it. In the case of real estate, you can send them $100 and then verify they got the $100. Yes. And then go back, and when you wire the money with your bank, you tell them use the same information for the wire instructions you did on that $100. And there's forms and procedures you can use for that. We have another website called verifiescrow.com that'll give you instructions for free on how to do that. Basically, you instruct your bank to send it. When you contact that recipient, make sure you contact them through known channels. You call them up at a number that's on Google. You call them up at a number that's verified, not a number you got in an email, because the scammers might send you a wrong phone number that they can manipulate. The other thing you want to do is don't ask the question, did you receive my test transaction of $100? You can ask them, did you receive my transaction, and have them verify to you what the amount was. That way you'll know that it was the right amount. But still, make sure you use a good contact number, because if it was bad wire instructions, they'll know the amount because they received it. Escrow fraud can be devastating. In fact, in this article, it talks about beyond just the money, fraud affects people long after the transaction. Somebody lost their life savings. They lost their house. And many times, the employees who work closely with the customers, they can also have trauma. So take the best steps to do this. If you want more information, you can click the link below. We can do consulting at actualhuman.com. It'll give you a good breakdown of these different processes before, during, and after to keep you from becoming a victim. And if you are a victim, what you can do about it.